Which city in India do you think is the best to live in?
I think it's Bangalore, bro.
Kochi.
Mumbai.
Bangalore. Hyderabad.
Bangalore.
Bombay. From a girl's point of view, I think Bangalore is fine right now because Delhi has a lot of things going on in there. I wouldn't want to be there, but I think Bangalore is what I would prefer.
I think it has great nightlife and I feel it's very safe. So I think Bombay is a very good city.
Bangalore itself, yeah.
See, I've been to only two cities per se, like Chennai and Bangalore. Comparing to that, it has its own perks as well as because Bangalore has a much better social life, but Chennai has its authenticity, the raw nature of it. So I genuinely don't think there's like a best city because every city has its own perks as well as like negatives.
Bangalore.
Bangalore?
I love the weather.
She's lived in many cities, so according to her, it's Mumbai. I'm from Chennai, so I always feel Chennai.
Bangalore.
Yeah, why?
Why not? Bangalore has everything. Bangalore has everything, each and everything. It's a good place to live in. The temperature is cool, awesome, and what else? All the infrastructure itself.
I personally feel that Bangalore would be a better city if you consider South India because of its, it's more clean when compared to Chennai, and also the weather is nice. And I also think the young crowd is like a little bit more, it's more happening over here, I think. So I think I'll go with Bangalore.
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Why? Why would you say so?
Mumbai, see, the public transport facility, the infrastructure, safety, yeah, that is a priority. And everything is really good. The people are warm there.
For me, it's Shillong because it's very peaceful and the pollution is also very less. And if you need peace, you can just go and settle in there.
Maybe a little controversial, but I feel like it's getting too crowded. Like I've been here for 25 years, it's getting a little crowded. I like second tier cities, Mumbai, I'm not Mumbai, Mysore, Pune, that kind.
For me, I think it would be Shillong.
Mysore is good, but yeah, Kerala is way better than everything.
For me, it would be Mumbai. It's got the balance of both work and life.
I would say Bangalore actually. Pretty well decent, well based. It's a balanced place to live. There's a bit of everything here. So
I think it's going to be Mysore for sure. No matter what, Mysuru is the best city. Like if you want peace, there's no traffic. And I was brought up there, so it has to be in my heart, and I love that city. So Mysuru.
Why not Bangalore? I mean, Bangalore is a pretty safe place, and it's also diverse. The diverse culture. I think that's pretty good.
Bangalore because of the weather and educated crowd.
People from other states also end up coming to Bangalore either for studying or something, and then they love the nightlife over here. I mean, what else? Bangalore and their nightlife.
It's not just the south. I'm from Jammu Kashmir. I'm here. Like all over the India. I think Bangalore, people-wise, is the best.
For me, it's Bangalore. I come in from Delhi, and the amount of pollution that's there, and the extremity of weathers. So I think Bangalore is very pleasant. You can wear whatever you want. It's people and the crowd over here is pretty much of my age.
Do you think India is becoming too westernized, or is it just evolving with time?
Evolving with time.
It's just evolving with time. It has to have a balance of both.
I think it's becoming westernized.
Not everyone's getting westernized, that's all. I think it's getting way too westernized. I think lots of Western values are coming into India and some of it is like very unnecessary.
It's just evolving. I think we have been backward a lot in a lot of things, but now we are trying to be it work from home or making places safer for people. We are right now at the stage where even people who are older, our older generation, are okay with a lot of things that we are this is the normal for us. So them being okay is a sign that we are moving forward.
I think all the countries are getting influenced by each other. Even many foreigners are coming to India and getting influenced. So it's globalization.
So it's just evolving with time?
Yeah, it's evolving with time, like every other country.
You can't see India is becoming westernized just by looking at tier 1 cities. India is pretty big. There are small towns which are very rooted in Indian culture still. So yeah, I won't say India is becoming westernized.
Westernized culture is there when it comes to food, when it comes to restaurants and everything. It's a very accepting culture, I would say. People are embracing everything which is coming as new. But at the same time, I see going back to the culture as well. When it comes to fashion and all, people are kind of retrieving the old style of vintage, and still the vintage things are getting or labeled as very classic. So that is also there.
So I think it's more of just the brands coming in, and we are just
getting to buy new stuff and everything, whatever the previous things were not there in India, but still there's a lot to work on our mentality.
It's a mixed opinion, isn't it? We are trying to ape Western culture in many things, but we're also trying to keep the tradition somewhere. So I think it's mixed.
I think in terms of our views and ideologies, in some ways we are like going backwards, which is kind of, disappointing. We should actually be moving forward, and we should always be embracing our culture, no doubt about it. But also we can also imbibe the good things from other cultures as well. But the most, what's happening when you look at the politics and everything, you can see that, we are going back, not in a good way.
I think it's just evolving with time.
It's evolving with time. You don't need to compare our country to any other country as such. Like we are different in our own ways.
A bit of both, but a lot of people think that evolving is becoming westernized, so that's bad.
I think now like the Gen Z and Gen Alpha are trying to ape more of the Western culture, and to the extent that they don't even want to talk their mother tongue. Yeah, it's full English speaking.
From a very personal opinion standpoint, like I don't know so much about my own like family's history and ancestry. And I think that is a sign of westernization, right? Where you forget your roots and you don't really know where you came from. So you don't know how to go back to the beginning.
I think it's just evolving with time, but at the same time, India has a habit to, follow what's being followed in the West. Whatever's been done there 5 years ago, we tend to follow that right now. So it's just that, but it's not a bad thing.
Westernization is what they say. We're just, developing.
It is becoming too westernized, like it is like people, especially like I work in IT, right? So when my mom was working in IT, there were like people who were wearing saris and everything, which I badly want to do, but I cannot because the whole sector is filled with modernized people. They would, like bring up all this, you wear formals, and formals have become like, the vest and pants, and it's not like your kurtas anymore. So
I don't think it's being westernized. I think it's just evolving with time. Of course, it's like, again, the people, the citizens, and how they see it. But other than that, I don't think it's being westernized per se. I feel it's becoming more westernized. If evolution had to happen, what I believe it would have happened on the grounds of where our roots and culture and heritage lies over. But I think there's more of adaptation from the Western culture than evolution on the basis of our heritage.
I think it's evolving with time, I guess.
Evolving with time, definitely. I don't think westernized is the right word to put it, but evolving, definitely.
India's got its own pace, and whatever we find here, it's just us developing in our own brackets. So I don't think it's westernizing at all. It is just adopting various cultures, including ourselves.
What's one thing you'd like your taxes to be used for?
surely not for caramel popcorn.
Better roads.
Defense, more defense. We need fifth-gen fighter jets.
In Bangalore, better roads.
Probably better infrastructure and maybe a better education system. Better roads, traffic management.
Probably rural development.
Lots of things, isn't it? So we do not have good roads. Even during rains, we struggle in Chennai. So, although we know the government is doing something for it, but we don't actually see it working when it rains. Also for good hospital facilities, like the others have wanted, and helping the poor, basically. There is still a lot of poverty in the society. Education system can get better. The government schools have to get better, definitely. They have definitely improved, but I think they can do much better.
Government schools and government, all this hospitals and government stuff, it's so shitty. Recently I have visited one of the government hospitals. It was not really good.
I would say public restrooms should be more cleaner, and it should be like, consistent. It shouldn't be something that we should be afraid of.
With regard to this city, yes, definitely infrastructure has to develop a lot. The public transport should be more accessible. The metro has been going on and on for years, but there is not much of connectivity. And of course, education. Make sure that everybody has a right to get education.
Roads near my house, bro.
The infrastructure or the kind of accessibility to even the basic amenities are only going in the top tier of the society. It's not actually going to the bottom. People are still facing or not even getting their basic amenities like food, shelter and water. It's not equalized properly. It's only that the better version is getting better day by day, and the people who are suffering is getting suffered day by day. So I would prefer more like something to balance the system. It should go more into the people who are actually in need of that.
The reservation which we have, like we are basically all are doctors. Okay, we have too much of reservation. First thing that they should remove with that money, if it's possible.
I also personally feel that although we are paying taxes for everything, it's not being used for the intention for it which is collected. So some areas I would think it should be useless for the upliftment of the LGBTQI plus community, or even the infrastructure taxes that we pay. We don't see it as in results as much. So it should reach where it is meant to reach.
Well, taxes are being misused. I mean, is it being used properly? I don't think it should be a free society where tax should be it should be an option for the taxpayer to pay tax or not. And I think it has to be used for everything else except for personal income of government employees or politicians for that matter. And it can be used for infra projects and all that, except for maybe income of politicians, their TADA and whatnot.
I like how you said that.
Yeah, except for that, maybe I think it can be used for citizens more than individuals.
Better infrastructure in government schools, maybe more opportunities for underprivileged and all.
Better jobs, better infrastructures. The roads are getting fixed, that's something good. But the amount of taxes that we are paying right now doesn't justify the services that we get in India.
Would you rather get 100 rupees every day for a year or get 36,500 at one go?
36,500 in one go.
I think $100. It's like a little incentive every day. So I'd be like, I wouldn't spend it, but I'll just keep it. Every day getting a little bit, it's like getting a little chocolate, so I'd keep it.
I think I would get it in one shot, 36,500, and I would just go end up buying gold because it has given me more returns last 2 years. So
it's better that I get it every day than get it at one go, because I'm going to spend it randomly at some random jewel shop or some designer dress.
And I think I'll spend the whole thing. 100 per day.
100 rupees every day for a year, bro. Constant source of income is better than one-time lottery.
I would rather prefer getting 36,500 in one go, because when I see like a big amount that I'm risking, I'll be like more responsible for that amount. I'll be like, okay, I got like a big amount. I should be investing a fraction of it. I should be utilizing a little bit. If I get 100 rupees, I'll be like, okay, I got 100 rupees. Let me get something as short as like a quick bite.
In one go, so you can actually spend it on something big, like something you actually want to buy, and instead of having to like save up the small amount every day.
In one go.
In one go?
Yeah.
Why?
You can invest in one go.
Once a day. Because if I get it in a lump sum, I'm going to end up spending it entirely.
If you get 36,500, you can invest in, you can put it in a fixed and you will get the interest.
Big amount at a single time, so that because I'll never be able to save the small amounts.
500
36,500
in
one
we
go.
Need a reason why.
I can... I don't know. I may not spend it also. I might just put it in a deposit and get interest out of it for 12 months.
100 rupees a day?
I'd get 36,500 in one go.
Why?
I'd turn it into something. I don't know for sure right now, but I'd invest it.
100 every day because I'm really bad at saving money.
36,500 in one go. I feel like that would be much better than living on a budget of 100 rupees per day.
36,500 in one go.
Yeah, why?
I would invest it.
100 rupees every day, so I can like save it and like have that satisfaction.
36,000 at one go. Because I would be able to invest it and probably get it back.
I would take the 36,000 at once.
Yeah, what would you do with it?
Invest it.
100 rupees per day.
100 rupees because I don't really spend much.
36,500.
Why? What would you do with it?
Okay, I think I'd have time to think about what I wanted to spend it on.
So what if you found 100 rupees randomly on the streets and you have only 10 minutes to spend it? What would you spend it on?
I would buy something. There are so many things to buy here, like a tote bag or something. I'll just buy it.
I'm going to buy him a book with it.
Tip better in a restaurant.
Strawberries with chocolate.
Food.
I would get an ice cream.
Probably just have tea.
I'll get something to eat.
I would give it to the needy.
Buy an ice cream or whatever stuff is getting sold on the streets.
Coffee.
Probably go for chocolates, I think.
Food or drinks, definitely.
Some kids who sell roses. In Church Street, it's very common. I would just give it to them.
Food.
Go to the closest place with food, buy whatever.
I'd just buy food or something.
Accessories maybe.
Donation box or like a church box.
I'd buy a bunch of stuff.
I'll give it to some poor child.
Here's to lighten up your moods. Both of you all get 100 rupees.
my god. Thank you.
Oh. Thank you.
That's something.
Give it to the poor right now, dumbass.
Here's the catch. I'm going to give you all 2,000 rupees right now. If one of you are already following my Instagram page, Hyperfitx.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think I am following.
Better luck next time.